It's not going to be long, right?
Mm. All right, a beautiful evening and a warm welcome to another wonderful Thursday with Destination Imagination. And it's DI Thursday Live Talks. And for today, I am your host, Daniel Misali. And this evening, I am joined with my wonderful colleagues who would introduce themselves shortly. So I start with Mr. Tiamo.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Tiamo Brenda Dubi, and it's a pleasure for me to be here with you today to be discussing a very, very important and very interesting topic. So, thank you for making time to join us today, and definitely stay engaged. And it's going to be a very amazing conversation. Hey.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tiamo. And over to you, Tepo.
Hi, my name is Tepo Evangeline Lubinda. I am the head of PR and events at Destination Imagination, and I'm super excited as well to be talking about what's going to be happening in November. We're literally counting down, left with a few weeks. So, yeah, it's great to be having this conversation.
All right, thank you very much, Tepo. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's how we welcome you once more to another wonderful evening, another wonderful Thursday night with Destination Imagination. So, over time, we have been talking about a very sensitive topic, and we have, as an organization, we have tried to put forth into the limelight a wonderful 21st century element that is vital in the lives of each and every child out there, each and every school going child, and even workers in the industries. And that is the STEAM education. Well, it started with STEM education, and it moved on to STEAM education and transcends into STEAM education. But for us to understand more about those, I would like to bring in Mr. Tiamo Brian Badubi, who is the project coordinator for Destination Imagination, to take us through the journey of STEM, transcending into STEAM and now STEAM.
Okay. Thank you, Daniel. So, as we all know, that education is ever evolving. There's no perfect time to say, we have the best education. Similar to technology, education is an ever evolving fraternity. So, as many of you might know, the STEM which was called before the whole transition phase, which is basically meaning science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So over the years, people or industry leaders have actually realized that the education space is transforming. Hence why we need to add the arts into STEM. Because no matter how technical you can be, you still need to have some element of creativity in order for you to be globally competitive. I'm always loved one thing about the Tesla. Even if Tesla is a self-driving car, but the Tesla will not sell if it was not artistically pleasing. Because at the end of the day, we are living in an economically driven society. We need to make money one way or another. We need to be able to sustain ourselves. Hence why I believe the arts is a very important aspect, because it brings in an element of creativity, collaboration to the technical. Daniel, if you can actually build a phone that's self-charging, a phone that can save the battery, a phone that has, the best camera in the world, but if it's not looking good, I doubt people are going to buy it. So that's why the art is very important, because it brings in collaboration and it brings together that elements of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It glues them up together to make something incredible, to make something that's really, really, really wonderful to work with. Then, when you still thought that, okay, STEAM is the thing, STEAM is the going thing, countries are now moving to what you call STEAM education. So in doing that, incorporating robotics into the everyday, what they're doing, that incorporating robotics into the everyday lessons, into basic processes in the everyday schooling environment. So I think with education, it's always going to be changing for the better, and individuals and schools, it's high time they now actually join on board. Because if you're going to be sticking to your traditional STEM education, while countries are now moving into STEAM education, we're still talking of the fourth industrial revolution as a country, but countries are now getting into the fifth. But in Botswana, we're still struggling to actually get into the fourth. So it's actually one of those things that starts with education, starts with STEM education, starts with STEAM education. That's those where that's where we set the foundation to this revolution we're talking about.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Tiamo. Well, in case you are just joining us, it's Destination Imagination, and we are discussing on the Road to STEAM Pack 2022. Well, as you've heard from Mr. Tiamo, well, those are the stages involved, moving from STEM to STEAM and now STEAM education. Well, let me bring in Tepo, who's the head of PR and events. Well, now we are in the era of STEAM. We have moved from STEM to STEAM, and now it's STEAM. And so, Tepo, can you tell us about the upcoming STEAM Pack 2022, and what are the packages that are, embedded in this event and educator symposium?
Thank you, Dan. I hope I'm audible.
Sure you are.
Awesome. So basically, Stream Park 2022 it has literally everything for everybody. It's divided up into 2 sessions, where day 1 and day 2 is something of an expo, or sort of like a showcase. We are setting it up as sort of like a science fair, where we're collaborating with students, corporates, SMMEs, individuals, to basically come and showcase their innovations or anything that they're doing in and around STEAM on day 1 and day 2. We also have a lot of activities packed up, and we have some challenges as well. One of those challenges is debate, and I'm excited to say that we'll be partnering with Debaters Without Borders for facilitating that debate session. and another one is going to be a musical demonstration. So in between day 1 and day 2, we're going to have a musical demonstration with the Kingdom Arts Academy. That's a musical school that's located here in Gaborone. So day 1 and day 2 is literally just trying to give everybody a taste of what STREAM is all about. We're going to have practical setup. We're going to have robotics there as well. We're going to have some science experiments going on. So we're trying to just get the general public to appreciate the STEM field. And in terms of the corporates and how we're partnering with the corporates, some of the corporates that are within STEM and STREAM are going to be setting up a lot of their products there. So the general public is going to get a chance to come and appreciate how you get a finished, for example, just as an example, if there's a mobile there, how we're going to get a mobile phone, and they'll be able to appreciate from the production process to the end process. So that's what day 1 and day 2 is about. Whereas day 3 and day 4, that is for educators. So educators means literally anybody within the education system of STEM. You don't have to be an actual teacher. You can be a tutor. You can be an academic manager where you're just dealing with curriculum. But as long as you're involved and passionate about the STEM field, then the Educator Symposium is for you. The Education Symposium is a practical approach where we're turning educators into students for the day. They're coming to also learn about how they can be more innovative within the classroom and how they can implement a lot of these soft skills and bridge the gap between the academic part of learning and the actual practical part of learning. So that is what the Education Symposium is all about. They're all going to be hosted at Fairgrounds, as everybody can see. And the fun thing also, the reason we're doing the Educator Symposium is that, and we keep repeating this, is that we're trying to bridge the gap between where you have a very enthusiastic student who is innovative and creative, but the teacher doesn't have the capability to nurture that student. So we're trying to give these teachers and educators practical skills that they can, from after this, go forward and use in order to help these kids and the students and just everybody that they interact with within the STEM field. In a nutshell, that's about it.
All right. Thank you very much, Tepo. Well, just as you can see right in front of you, that's the full details you can get and also the numbers that you can contact in case you need more information. All right. So we have a comment this side. Tepo, can you help us read that? Hi, Tepo.
STEM/STEAM. I also advocate this theme, particularly how an organic STEM program must be fundamentally incorporated into early education to establish a proper foundational database for future innovation and deep critical thinking skills for all fields of knowledge beyond the STEM fields. Thank you, Carla. I 100% agree, and this is something that I also passionately advocate for, especially within our local curriculum here in Botswana. I do believe that a lot of updating needs to be done, because what I think also what people need to be sensitized on is that there is more to mathematics than just learning about equations. There's a lot that you learn when you're doing those equations that is what is fundamentally important, right? You're gaining a certain level of skills as you're doing all of these. You're learning problem solving skills, and so there's a lot. So I do agree that it needs to be implemented at a very early stage, because that's where children particularly easily get that information and are able to retain that information.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Tiamo, what do you have to add towards this comment?
Very, 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 very good comment. I think maybe one thing maybe I might have left out is how we actually incorporate soft skills in our training.
Sure.
that's a very fundamental and very critical element of the Destination Imagination program into STEAM. Because, like you're saying, even if you can have the most technical of skills, but actually failing to have the soft skills really is um, is a problem, because you can have literally the best of the brilliant minds, but if you're failing to be able to communicate, if you're failing to be creative thinkers, if you're failing to collaborate with people, then you do have a problem. Because, like he said, those skills are very critical, especially coming from a very young age. You understand? So if we can embed both technical skills and the soft skills in our learners as early as kindergarten, as early as primary school, lower primary, they actually grow up with that understanding to say, I'm not doing maths because I have to pass a test. I'm doing maths because there's an application of maths in the everyday life. I'm doing science because there's the application of science in my everyday life. I think I'm also an alumni of the Destination Imagination Project, and one thing that I've actually learned from the program is that you get to actually have an appreciation of STEM and understand that STEM is not only a standalone branch. STEM or STEAM is actually applicable in each and every sector. In economics, there's an element of practicality to STEM. There's an element of practicality to that STEM. So, I can do this in an economic space. So, soft skills and collaborating them, actually embedding them with STEAM education is one of the fundamental things that learners actually need to know.
Yes. Okay.
And if you don't mind, Daniel, I'd just like to add to that.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to add to what Tiamo said. I think also where we're really failing, where the education, I believe, is currently really failing, especially locally, is that implementation of kids realizing how they can apply what they're learning to everyday life. I've seen a funny joke where somebody had posted the quadratic equation, and they had captioned it saying, "Another day has gone by and I haven't used the quadratic equation to solve anything in my life." You get it? So it's things like that where we are learning things for the sake of just gathering all of this information and this knowledge, but we don't know when and where we need to apply it. I generally grew up learning about sciences because I just knew that I had to go and pass and get a degree and get a job. But I didn't know the importance behind learning certain things about science. I didn't know the importance behind, I didn't basically know the practicality of what I was learning. I didn't know the application of what I was learning. And I think you kind of see this where you can teach small children about the weather, but then, they're outside and they can't even identify to say, oh, this is like this, that, it's because they don't get those soft skills and they're not aware of the application of knowledge. So I just wanted to add to that, to what Tiamo was saying.
Sure. And she continues to say, yes, I agree. Soft skills and natural knowledge, natural science, natural math database are identical to the early learning brain. Sure. I believe we can as well add something to what she's saying. Mr. Tiamo.
Yes, Daniel?
Sure.
Right.
There's a comment on the screen.
I agree. Soft skills and natural knowledge, so that's natural science and natural math database are identical to the early learning brain. True. And one thing that I strongly believe in is there's actually a Setswana proverb that says, "Lo re lo oja go sa le metsi." Actually, I believe firmly in this proverb because basically it says that we catch the aliens, you mold them while they're still young. It's basically saying for you to embed something into a human being, it's going to them when they're young. So learning should actually start from a very young age, and I guess I do agree with the comment there.
Okay, and you're welcome. So glad to hear you are doing this in Africa. I am working to implement this in Nigeria with a particular NGO. Is Dia in Nigeria though? Miss Kim would have been in a better place to.
There is actually Dia in Nigeria, and we are really looking forward to actually having more people to implement in various parts of Africa, because that's the spirit of collaboration you're talking about. And I think definitely Nigeria, we have to take it, hands on. Is the power of collaboration you're talking about, and the spirit of Ubuntu that's always been said. And we are really happy to be seeing people from all over parts of Africa, coming together to actually see that they mold the Africa that we want. Thank you for that, Kayla, and definitely do reach out if you need help. And we are very, very much open to assisting you in actually starting it in Nigeria.
Okay. All right. Over to you, Tepo. With regards what is on screen now, between the 3rd and the 4th of November, it caters for educators. So would you want to shed more light on how educators can secure a place or a space to be part of this? Because I wouldn't advise anyone to miss out on this.
Yes, so basically all the information is on our social media page in terms of how to reach us. There is a post that is pinned on our Facebook page with a link to a form where you can sign up for the early bird ticket. And these tickets basically also cater for your refreshments and meals and for the 2 days. So from 9 to 4, and it will be very practical and hands-on, like I said. So anybody who's registering should be prepared to come and learn, and just interact with other people and add on to the education market.
Okay, so specifically, this 4 days stream pack, who are the main target audience? Hi, Tepo, are you there?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. It's targeting literally everybody. I'm honestly not gonna say it's just people interested in STEM, because like we said, it's a really broad, it's a broad sorry about that. It's a broad field that can literally be applied everywhere. So there are certain places where you need to be applying in finance, you need to be applying the kind of critical thinking that is within mathematics, and in business you still need the same critical thinking and solving skills. So it's open to everybody. We're targeting everybody. Day 1 and day 2 would be particularly would particularly love to come and get that, especially students looking to innovate and students looking to go into maybe the STEM field as a career choice, or just youth as well that are looking to start businesses within the STEM field, because we're going to have businesses there that are within the STEM field. So it would be great for them to come and see how other corporates are doing. And then day 3 and 4, that one would be particularly for educators. So yeah.
Okay, what about the teachers?
Teachers are the educators. So teachers can come in either on day 1 and day 2 with the students. I would particularly also encourage them to ensure that they're there for day 3 and 4 for the educators symposium.
Okay, so it's high time there, so which means they are not just limited to day 3 and 4.
Absolutely, they can. If you can, we really encourage you to be there for the whole 4 days.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, so probably we are still hearing from our comment section. It says, thank you, because organic STEM is a requirement for cognitively correct and intuitive early language learning skills. Wonderful presentation today. Love what everyone is contributing here. Thank you so much. Once more, this is Destination Imagination. We are as well going to play a short video, then we'll be right back after the break. Sure, thank you. Welcome back. Thank you for being with us tonight. It's Destination Imagination here in Botswana. And don't forget, on the 1st of November to the 4th of November, it's going to be an exciting moment. It's going to be a 4-day stream pack event, jam-packed with a lot of other exciting activities that you will benefit from. And so it is a call not only to the students, not only to those who are interested in the STEM or in the STEAM education. It is a call to all and sundry. Make way to the Fairgrounds Center, as we will be unfolding a lot of other exciting and a lot of other amazing stuff. Okay, so over to you again, Tepo. How do you think? What are the payment plan? Do we have a payment plan? Can payments come in by installment, or they can just come in bulk? More so for the students who'd want to be part, or the educators?
Thanks for that question, Daniel. In terms of payment, the payment, we're only left with 2 weeks. We did have a payment plan from the beginning of the month, but because we're left with 2 weeks right now, we are accepting full payments. Though I will say that we are taking groups. So if you're coming with a large group of 10, for example, if you and your fellow students or classmates want to come and you're 10, then we do give you a discount where you're not buying the ticket for $350, but you're buying it for $300 each. And then if you are an educator and you are coming in groups of 10, as opposed to paying the $8,000, you get to pay $7,200.
Oh, okay. And once more, could you unfold the packages again that are involved?
Right. So for the first 2 days, the ticket is going for $350 per day, which covers your refreshments and your meals for that day, and it covers your access to the venue for the entire day and access to be going around the exhibition stalls, as well as to
Hello? Okay, so quickly, we are about to round up. So as you heard from Tepo, a lot of exciting packages will be there for you, and it's high time you purchase your ticket like now. So Okay, yeah, Tepo is back.
Yeah, sorry about that. I think there was a
Okay.
problem with my network.
Sure.
Yeah, so I was just explaining the packages. It is 350 for the first for day 1 and day 2 per day. And it gives you access to the venue as well as refreshments and meals. And then for the symposium, it's 800 for both days. So the 800
Okay.
covers your access for both days, and it covers your refreshments.
All right, thank you very much. So before we draw down the curtains for tonight's discussion, Tepo, what would you like to what more words would you like to say to encourage people out there, students, educators, even those who are not part of the STEM education, to be part of this event?
Thanks, Daniel. I'll just really encourage everybody to come and participate. It's open for everybody. I think with where the world is headed, we're headed to a place where innovators are going to be leading, so it's critical for you to gain some skills, even if it's not knowing exactly how to assemble a robot, but the skills that you get from the STEM field are very important. And like Tiamo said earlier, they can literally be applied across all fields. And all in all, it's always fun to learn something new. So do come and join us, have some fun, experience something new, and yeah, we hope to see you there.
All right, thank you very much. So that was the voice of Tepo Evangeline Lubinda, the head of PR and event Destination Imagination here in Botswana. Thank you for being with us tonight, Tepo, and let's hear from Mr. Tiamo.
Yeah, I think for me is to appreciate the effort and the support that we're getting from our various stakeholders. And most particularly in relation to the stream park, I would like to actually thank the Botswana Investment and Trade Center, BITC, and the Global Expo Botswana, for housing us in this magnificent event. It takes the collaboration from government entities to actually see the potential in what we are doing, and we do appreciate what BATZ has done for us. Not forgetting the government of Botswana, it's trying to develop the education system in the country, and we do appreciate what the little effort the government is doing. We do appreciate the regional officers of education who have been allowing us to actually enter into their schools, train the students, and we do thank our supporting schools, being Gaborone Senior Secondary School, Ledumang Senior Secondary School, Mogoditsane Senior Secondary School, Mogoditsane Junior, Marang Junior Secondary School, Maikano, St. Joseph's College, not forgetting Kagiso Senior Secondary School. So those are the pioneers, the stakeholders that have been actually with us, holding us by the hand since implementation of this program. And it takes a lot to actually train and get to a point of having this whole stream park event. So I'd like to thank the support you're getting, as well as from UNESCO for endorsing this program and this event. So we do appreciate the support that you're getting from the government entities, not forgetting the private sector that has been with us since day one and that actually partnering with us. Thank you to organizations like Debaters Without Borders for actually coming in to assist in making this event a success. It takes a village to raise a child. And the spirit of Ubuntu is really shown. That's what you're talking about, collaboration in our everyday environment. So I do thank all the stakeholders, some of which I have not said today. We do appreciate their support, and we hope to be working with them in the near future.
Thank you very much. That was the voice of Mr. Tiamo Brian Badubi, the project coordinator for Destination Imagination here in Botswana. Thank you for sparing this time to be with us this evening during this wonderful live session. And also, once more, thank you, Ms. Tepo Evangeline Lubinda, the head of PR and event Destination Imagination. It has been a wonderful evening, and I want to say to viewers out there, continue to be with us every other Thursday for the month of October. We will be with you to give you more insight on this upcoming Stream Pack 2022 event and Educators Symposium. Follow us on all our social media pages, and as well like us on Facebook, Instagram, on LinkedIn, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. For tonight, I have been your host, Daniel Misali. And until we meet next week, same time, same platforms, I would leave you with this short video, which will enable you to get more insights on the upcoming program. Thanks again. Thanks to my guests, and thanks to the viewers who've spared their time to be with us tonight. We love and appreciate you so much. Thank you.